Hey guys, welcome back for another video. This week I am doing a demo of the Rendr Sketchbook that I reviewed just a couple of weeks ago. I thought it was about time that I just, ended my other sketchbook, which I also did a flip through of, and I wanted to start the Rendr Sketchbook, and I wanted to see what the paper was like, and if I actually did like the book itself. And I decided to draw my picture offline. I've been doing, like I keep saying, I've been doing a lot of sketching away from my art desk. Mostly when I'm like watching a TV show, or if I'm just, lounging around after work. I don't always want to be in here anymore because I'm so tired at the end of the day. So that's the reason why there's not a speed through of the sketching done here. I do have a video coming up next week though, that's going to have the actual drawing of the picture and the coloring of the picture as well. So if you're looking for like a complete video, check that out. If you want to get notified of that, go ahead and click that bell underneath the or next to the subscribe button there, and select the notification that you would like to get notified when I put up a new video. Anyhow, back to this piece here. I am using my Copics, my koi watercolors. There's some gouache being used in here, and a little bit of ink as well. And I noticed right away when I was using the paper that the paper soaked up the water and the Copics really fast, and what would happen is the paper would slightly turn gray, and you would have to wait like the whole time while this is drying. You have to wait to actually see what color that you're putting on the paper. So unless you're really good at knowing what color you want, you have to wait until the layer you just put down is dry. And when you're working with Copics, that's not always a good thing. That's what I find anyhow. I found that the paper did bleed with the markers slightly, not bleed through, but the markers would feather out a nice bit, so if my marker had a lot of ink in it, so to say, when I touched the paper it would feather out and it would go past the lines. And if you look very closely, you can see a lot of that happening, and I try to go in with the colorless blender, clean it up to the best that I can, but it always didn't work. And I've been finding that I've done another picture after I finished this one, and I find that it's very hard to blend the Copics on this paper. I'm not saying the paper is bad. I'm not saying the paper is good. It really depends on your preference, on what you're looking for. Sketching on this paper, it is really nice to sketch on, and I've watched a lot of other reviews where a lot of people have saying that they use watercolors in these books with no problems. And again, if you don't mind that bit of a waiting period, then you can go ahead and use your watercolors. Very thin layers though. You don't want to go in with like a load of water like you would on watercolor paper. That will definitely wreck this the paper in the Rendr book. And also another thing that I found with the Copics, it didn't really make the Copics as vibrant as I know they are. Some of the colors would dull down quite a bit, especially like on the face. The skin tone looks a lot darker than what I normally do, and I'm using the exact same colors as I did in this picture as I do whenever I'm coloring a face elsewhere. So I did not change the colors that I normally use, and this girl's skin is a lot darker than I normally do. And I'm not saying that the darker skin tone is not nice, because I did like the way it turned out, but it wasn't what I was going for, and that kind of turns me away from this paper slightly. I really would like my marker to stay the color it is, rather than playing guess which color I'm gonna get when I put it on the paper, kind of, so to speak. So that's a downfall that that I found with this paper. And again, it's my personal opinion. I'm not sponsored by Rendr or anything like that to put up these videos. I bought the book out of my own money. I just want to give my honest opinion on how I feel about the book, and I've said book quite a lot. So anyhow, the ink from the Copic multiliners work really nice on the paper. I would recommend anyone that's using like calligraphy ink or if you're just doing a lot of line work, this paper is really nice for that. It gives you a really nice smooth line, and it doesn't, for whatever reason, it doesn't dull out a black, but when you start putting colors on there, it really dulls out the color quite a bit, and I find I have to go in and do multiple layers. And for those of you who have Copics, you know that Copic ink is not cheap, and you don't want to keep using layer after layer after layer of ink just to get it to look the way you want. You should be able to do that the first time and the first time only. The paper does not bleed through the other side, so that is really good. And this one little book has like 96 pages. Mine is a little bit short now because I've glued the front cover down. But there is quite a lot of paper in here to use, and because you can use both sides, it'll not only take you a little bit longer to fill up the book, but you can use the paper to its full ability rather than, you know, going and getting a mixed media book and you can only use one side because your ink bleeds through to the other side. With that being said, I still would, I think, prefer the mixed media, the Canson mixed media book that I just did my flip through on. I honestly think I prefer that paper to the Rendr paper. Yeah, I know it doesn't bleed through, and that is a huge thing, but the paper doesn't show my colors, my Copics, the way that they would on other paper. It dulls them down quite a bit. I don't know if anyone else has had that problem. If you have, let me know. I don't think I've done anything wrong with the paper because it's just marker on paper, so I didn't like have to prime it or anything like that like you would with the canvas or whatnot. So I really don't think it's anything that I did. The paper itself is not white. It says it's white, but it's not. It's got a very light tint of gray to it, and I don't know, that probably makes a little bit of a difference in the color of the Copics as well. Another thing that I found is this paper, I guess in that sense, is a little bit similar to the Tantone paper that I use, where the colors, when you put them down, they don't really come out the colors the way they should. Like if you put down a pink, it comes out like a gray color, or if you put down a yellow, it doesn't look yellow. I hope I'm getting my point across. I feel like I'm repeating myself quite a bit here. We're getting pretty close to the end of the video here, and I just wanted to welcome all of the new subscribers that's come along to my channel. I hope you're enjoying the content that you see. If you're watching this and you're new, if you would like to see something on my channel that I haven't done already, give me some suggestions, let me know, or topics that you'd like for me to talk about in future videos. And that goes for the subscribers that have been here right from the get-go. Let me know if there's anything else you want to see, or if you want to see me review another product, or if you have any questions, go ahead, leave them down below. But I'm going to leave you with some music here for the last little bit of this video. I really hope you enjoyed the process here, and I didn't really speak a whole lot about the picture because my ideas come off the top of my head, and they are what they are. Who knows what I'm going to draw when I sit down, but there was no meaning behind this. I was just trying to illustrate a picture. Anyhow, thank you guys so much for watching, and if you have comments or anything, like I said, leave them down below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that thumbs up button and give me a like there, and I will see you guys in my next video. I'll have 2 next week. I have a collaboration coming up, and I have my regular Friday video as well. Alright guys, that's it for me for today. I'll see you in the next video. guys so much for watching my video today. If you liked it, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, comment down below, share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already to make sure you see my future videos. Until next time, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.